Boris Johnson has, as expected, rejected Nicola Sturgeon's call for a second independence referendum, saying to hold another vote on Scotland's future would continue the political stagnation of the last decade. The Prime Minister, who was taken almost a month to respond to the First Minister's letter, wrote in his reply, "The UK government will continue to uphold the democratic decision of the Scottish people and the promise that you made to them. For that reason I cannot agree to any request for a transfer of power that would lead to further independence referendums." His rejection comes after weeks and months of Mr. Johnson flatly refusing to grant a so-called Section 30 order to enable Holyrood to hold another referendum. Before the general election, he told this newspaper that the 2014 vote was effectively for good. In response, Ms. Sturgeon tweeted, "Tories are terrified of Scotland's right to choose because they know that when given the choice will choose independence. Tories have no positive case for the Union, so all they can do is attempt to deny democracy. It will not stand." The problem for the Tories is the longer they try to block democracy, the more they show the Westminster Union is not one of equals and fuel support for independence. This response predictable but also unsustainable and self-defeating. Scotland will have the right to choose. In his letter to the SNP leader, the PM said he had carefully considered the case she had made for powers to be transferred to Holyrood that would allow it to hold a vote on Scotland's future. But he argued that both she and her predecessor Alex Salmond had made a personal promise that the referendum in 2014 was a once-in-generation event. He said, "The people of Scotland voted decisively on that promise to keep our United Kingdom together, a result which both the Scottish and the UK governments committed to respect in the Edinburgh Agreement." Mr. Johnson added, "Another independence referendum would continue the political stagnation that Scotland has seen for the last decade, with Scottish schools, hospitals and jobs again left behind because of a campaign to separate the UK. It is time that we all worked to bring the whole of the United Kingdom together and unleash the potential of this great country." This week in an interview with the Herald, Ian Blackford, the SNP's leader at Westminster, claimed that cabinet ministers had told him privately that they believed the PM's position was unsustainable, although he did not name the ministers. Number 10 insisted the government was united in its opposition to facilitating DAF 2. Indeed, Alistair Jack, the Scottish Secretary, again made clear at the weekend that even if the SNP won a majority of seats at the 2021 Holyrood election, then this would not provide it with a mandate to hold a second vote on Scotland. For more on this story, visit the news article link.